Welcome everyone. Pull up a chair, get really cozy, and welcome to our explainer. Today we are opening the book on a very strange, kind of secretive mystery that happened in a completely ordinary place. The City of Words, Episode 1, The Weight of Silent Gratitude. We're going to explore the curious case of Westbrook Middle School, a place where something invisible, yet incredibly important, just vanished into thin air.
I want you to really think about something for a second. What if an important word just stopped working? I don't mean a word disappearing from the dictionary or getting deleted from your phone's autocorrect. Imagine a word mysteriously vanishing right out of your mouth, totally refusing to be spoken. Okay, let's dive into this.
The Tuesday morning mystery. It starts at the kitchen counter. You see, like most strange things, this quiet mystery didn't announce itself with a loud crash or a flash of light. No way. It started with a perfectly normal boy named Ethan on a completely normal Tuesday morning. He was just standing in his kitchen while his mom packed his lunch. She said something warm to him, just like she did most mornings. Everything was entirely normal, until it was Ethan's turn to speak.
But the word wouldn't travel from his thought to his voice. Ethan actually felt the gratitude. The words "thank you" were fully formed right there in his mind, completely understood. But when his mouth opened to say them, absolutely nothing came out. It was like the word literally went on strike and just refused to travel to his tongue.
A school gone quiet, the anomaly spreads. So Ethan, being a typical kid, tried to just brush this bizarre incident off. He grabbed his backpack and headed to Westbrook Middle School, convincing himself it was just a strange case of morning nerves, a total fluke. But that theory completely evaporated the second he reached the front doors.
And this brilliantly illustrates what happened next. Ethan held the heavy front door open for his classmate, Maya. His mouth opened in total silence, trying to say you're welcome. Maya walked through, looked up, and opened her mouth to offer a polite thank you. And out came the exact same silence. A small hesitation, an open mouth, and then quiet. She looked at Ethan with these wide eyes that silently asked, "You too?"
Let's move to and see how this builds. It started in the morning at the kitchen counter, then at the front entrance with Maya. But by third period, the pattern was absolutely impossible to ignore. The silent mystery was now school-wide. The words "thank you" had gone completely quiet across all of Westbrook Middle School.
The absence had a texture, interactions felt clipped, and the small ceremony of acknowledgement stopped. Now, not everyone noticed right away, but soon, the absence of those words felt really strange. Students would take test papers from teachers and just silently walk away. That small, everyday kindness that usually softens our day had just vanished.
The Librarian's clue. Seeking answers in the stacks. Ethan desperately needed answers, and he knew exactly where to find them. He headed straight to the school library to find Mr. Ellis, a wise, quiet man who always seemed to understand the magic of words better than anyone else. Ethan found him calmly reshelving the afternoon paperbacks. Step 1. Ethan explains the silent anomaly. Step 2. Mr. Ellis listens without interrupting. Ethan quickly explained the whole missing thank you mystery from his kitchen to the quiet hallways. And Mr. Ellis? He just listened, exactly as he always did. He let Ethan pour out the entire strange morning without jumping in or trying to offer a quick fix.
When's the last time you said it and actually meant it? Not as a reflex, but as a real transfer of something. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it forces Ethan to reevaluate everything. Mr. Ellis wasn't treating the lost word like a cold or a cough. He was treating it like a consequence.
How many times was he actually present for it? Ethan just stood there completely frozen among the bookshelves. He thought back over every single thank you he had tossed out over the past week, to the bus driver, the lunch lady, his teachers, his mom. Were they real transfers of gratitude, or had they just become automatic, empty noises?
Words as living things. The lingering question. When the school bell finally rang, Ethan walked home feeling very, very quiet. The librarian's heavy question was still wide open, turning over and over in his mind with every step. Because here was the strangest part of all. The feeling was still there, intact, full, looking for a way out. The physical word might have mysteriously vanished from his tongue, but the actual genuine feeling of gratitude was fully alive inside him, desperately wanting a way to be expressed.
Words as living things. Language only stays powerful when people actually mean what they say. So, the crucial point is this. A word spoken on autopilot without any real feeling behind it is actually worse than silence. Why? Because it trains both the speaker and the listener to expect less, hollowing the language out until the words lose their magic entirely.
The antidote isn't saying fewer words. The antidote is meaning the ones you say. We don't need to speak less. We just need to ensure our words are a real transfer of feeling rather than an automatic reflex. The word thank you didn't break, our intention behind it did.
Next time, the disappearances spread, and Maya tracks the unseen. Now before we go, I have to whisper a little secret to you. The disappearances are spreading. It's not just thank you anymore. And Maya, she realizes she's tracking something in those quiet hallways that nobody else has even noticed yet. Which leaves us with a huge question for you. What word would you miss most if it suddenly disappeared from the world? I want to hear your answers. Jump into the comments down below and let me know. And if you want to find out what happens to Ethan and Maya, you need to subscribe to StorySpark Studio right now. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you don't miss our next explainer, and remember to make sure your words truly mean something. I'll see you next time.